Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
Forget my voice on screen. Those are attending in online, please type in questions box. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Yes, nice. All right. Good morning, guys. And right. And today, just we are going to understand what exactly the frameworks, where these frameworks are existed in a Java J2EE stack, and what are exactly the frameworks and which things are not frameworks. Then after that, about my plan, what exactly our plan about to complete these courses, that all the things we are going to understand clearly. All right, guys, now I'm going to ask one question to all of you guys. Now tell me, by using Java programming language, what exactly the applications we are able to prepare, or before that, by using how many parts are existed in a Java programming language. Now observe carefully. What are the various parts are available inside the Java programming language? 3 parts are existed, we know already. What are the 3 parts in Java programming language? J2SE, and second one is what? J2EE, and third one is what? J2ME. All right, sir. Now, J2SE stands for what? Java 2 Standard Edition. Java 2 Standard Edition. That's okay, fine. By using this J2SE, what we are able to get from Java programming language, what it will cover actually, if you observe this, fundamentals of Java we are able to get. From J2SE, we are able to get only fundamentals of the Java. Good. Can you tell me what exactly the fundamentals of Java here we are able to get now? What are these fundamentals? If you observe this, here we are having some content, which content is existed here. We can observe this clearly. First of all, introduction to the Java programming. All right. Then after this introduction, then what next one here? Object orientation. Oops, concepts. Object orientation. After this object orientation, string operations. Next one is inner classes. Next one is packages. Then after this, what next one here? Wrapper classes. Then after this wrapper classes, you can understand like exception handling. Next one is what? Multi-threading. Then after that, collection framework. Then after that, IO generics or maybe IO sims. Then after that, some GUI part, adapted and swings, and so on and so on and so on. Like lambda expressions, Java 8 features, and so on. Up to nowadays might be Java 18 version is going on, up to Java 18 features. All these many content is existed inside J2SE. J2SE will provide only fundamentals of the Java. J2SE will provide only fundamentals of the Java. It is not providing the complete Java programming language, only fundamentals of the Java programming language is existed inside this J2SE. What are these fundamentals now? What exactly these fundamentals are available here? If you observe these points now, introduction part, object orientation, string operations, inner classes, packages, wrapper classes, exception handling, multi-threading, collection framework, IO sims, GUI, and up to Java 18 features. Of course, Java 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, up to 18 features. Now, at present, Java 18 version is existed. Observe carefully. All right, sir. That's okay, good. Next one is, after that, by using these fundamentals, we are able to prepare standalone applications. Which type of applications here we are able to prepare there? Only standalone applications. What are these standalone applications actually? Without using client-server architecture, without distributing application logic over multiple missions, if we design and execute any application in a single mission on a single device. That application is called as what? Standalone applications. That's okay. This information is sufficient about J2SE, not required. Here my main point is what? What we are able to see inside this J2SE part that we understood clearly. That's okay, leave it. Next one is, after that, J2EE. What exactly is J2EE? What is this J2EE actually? Java 2 Enterprise Edition. Java 2 Enterprise Edition. Okay. What it will cover? The J2EE part will cover what? It will cover server-side programming and its associative content. Server-side programming and its correlated content. Okay, fine. J2EE server-side programming. By using this server-side programming, which type of applications here we are able to prepare there? We can understand distributed applications. In other words, we may call them as enterprise applications here we are able to prepare. Distributed applications or enterprise applications. Okay, fine. Now observe carefully. Now inside this J2EE, what exactly the technologies we are going to understand? J2EE is providing server-side programming. That's okay, no doubt for that. By using this server-side programming, we are able to prepare distributed applications or enterprise applications. Up to that also, it's okay, fine. But here my question is, after this, what exactly the content this J2EE is able to provide for us to prepare server-side programming, to prepare these distributed applications, right? If you observe this point clearly, now we can understand the content like what I'm telling to you, servlets. And before this content here, I'm telling to you, in a J2SE, I want to cover one more point. GUI part, next one is like what? Networking. Let me cover this content here. Networking, next one is like what? RMI. Next one is a Jdbc. Jdbc is a part of J2SE. Jdbc is not the part of J2EE. Please remember this point. RMI, remote method invocation, is also be the part of J2SE, not the part of J2EE. Okay. All right. So then after that, remaining content. Now in the case of J2EE, what technologies we are able to see now? Servlets we are able to see. JSP we can see. Java Server Pages. JSTL we can understand it now. JSP Standard Tag Library. Next one is the expression language. With respect to JSP, expression language is existed here. Along with that, other technologies like what there, EJBs we can understand. And before these EJBs, we can understand CORBA, Common Object Request Broker Architecture, Common Object Request Broker Architecture, and EJBs, Enterprise Java Beans. Then apart from these EJBs, then what next one here? Web services. Apart from these EJBs, then what next one here? Web services. Inside these web services, again, two parts are available, like the SOAP and as well as like what? No, RESTful. So things are existed here. We can observe this clearly. Apart from this, some middleware services are available. Some middleware services implementations are also be the part of J2EE. What are these middleware services actually? We can understand this clearly, no? JNDI, JTA, Java Transaction API. Next one is a JCA, Java Connector Architecture. Next one is a JPA. Of course, JPA is somewhat related to J2EE, but it is counterpart to what? No, ORM implementations. Later on, we are going to understand it. It is also be an API. JPA. Next one is after that, and so on and so on. JAS, Java Authentication and Authorization Service, Security Service, and so on and so on and so on. So many middleware services are also be existed. Okay, these are the various things which are coming under, which are available under like what? No, J2EE. Guys, all of you observe carefully what we specified the content here. J2SE will cover only fundamentals of the Java. By using these fundamentals, we are able to prepare standalone applications. Okay, fine. What J2SE will cover for us? No, only fundamentals of the Java will be covered. Inside these fundamentals, what we are getting there? So introduction, whoops, and all these things. All these concepts are called as, all these things we are going to understand core Java or not. All this total thing is come under like what? No, core Java, not any other one, core Java. Next one is if you come for J2EE, Java to Enterprise Edition, then after this Java to Enterprise Edition, what next one here? Server-side programming we are able to prepare by using J2ESE, J2EE. By using server-side programming, we will prepare distributed applications or enterprise applications, where we are able to prepare web applications by using servlets, JSPs, JSPL, or expression language. Next one is by using these distributed technologies like Corba, Jdbc, and web services and all these things will come under like what they know, distributed technologies like J2EE. Some middleware services are also be covered under this what no, J2EE. They're like what no, JNDI, JTA, JCA, JPA, JAS, and so on. All the things are existed here. Okay, fine. Next one is after that J2ME. What is this J2ME actually? Java to Micro Edition. Java to Micro Edition. That's okay. What it will provide there? It will provide micro programming. By using this micro programming, we are able to prepare mobile based applications. By using micro programming, we are able to prepare mobile based applications. Observe carefully, guys. By using micro programming, we are able to prepare mobile based applications. That's okay, good. What is this mobile based applications? If we design and execute any application on the basis of mobile hardware architecture, on the basis of this mobile hardware architecture, if you run any application, then that is called as like what there, mobile based applications. Observe carefully. But the thing is, to prepare these mobile based applications, we are having number of alternatives in outside. So many alternatives are available. What are the various alternatives in outside there? We can observe like what? Android is one of the mobile application development platform. iPhone, Swift, like different things are available. So no demand is available for J2ME. Mobile application development is getting very good demand in outside, but J2ME is not having any demand. Moreover, this J2ME is not related to us at present. Not required to think about this J2ME. Just leave this one. Not required to think about J2ME. By default, people are understanding Java in the sense J2SE and J2EE. By default, Java in the sense what no? J2SE and J2EE. Just I want to remove this particular part, not required anyway. Leave this one. Okay. Once again, I'm telling you, just observe this J2SE and J2EE part. So we can understand this is core Java. J2S in the sense totally core Java, where RMI, Jdbc are going to be included. Now J2EE in the sense servlets, JSPs, and JSPL and expression language. These things little bit will come under like what no? Advanced Java. But actually advanced Java terminology is not existed. But we will say this is like what their advanced Java. Apart from this, Corba, EJBs, and web services are available. Next to middleware services, these many middleware services are existed here. Observe carefully, all of you know. All right, so this is what exactly the content here we are having inside the J2SE and the J2EE. Is the point is clear or not? Good. Now, I'm asking one question to all of you. Today I'm conducting this demo class. Today I'm conducting this demo class for what their frameworks. Am I right or not? Java frameworks. Today we are coming for Java frameworks. That's okay, fine. Now tell me guys, all of you now tell me, inside these Java frameworks, what exactly the things I'm going to talk with you, what exactly the concepts I'm going to teach with you. First one is, like we can understand, Hibernate, I need to talk. Then after that, Spring. Next one is like what there, Spring Boot. Next one is microservices. Then apart from this microservices, now here we have to talk about like what no, web services. These are the things I specified clearly. So in Java frameworks, Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices, and web services. These are the 5 topics we are going to understand, part of like what no, in present course here, in the present topic here. These many things here I want to talk with you. Observe carefully. But I have a question clearly. Observe carefully, no. These are 5 names I'm going to teach as part of the Java frameworks. Now today we are starting this content. That's okay, fine. But where is the location of these 5 things in our Java J2EE stack? No, in our Java J2EE list of technologies we specified in Java J2EE, especially J2EE part. Inside the J2EE we have thought about some topics there. But will you identify all these things inside this J2EE? No, are they related to J2EE? Are they the part of the J2EE? Check this one. At any place have you identified this Hibernate? Have you seen at any place Hibernate? Have you seen at any place a Spring? Have you seen at any place a Spring Boot and microservices? Of course, microservices is the counterpart of this one here. That's okay. Microservices is also existed here, but Spring Boot. Have you seen that? Leave this one. Even I won't include that one here. Just I want to give some conclusion there. We have not seen that the Spring Boot and Hibernate inside this one. Even microservice is okay. Name is existed here, but its implementation is totally depending on some other care. Not existed here. No. Observe carefully. Okay, fine. We have not seen these three names inside this J2EE. Anyway, of course, Hibernate, Spring Boot, and microservice is available. Okay, no issues. Leverage that one. Spring Boot, and Hibernate. Have you seen these three names inside this J2EE? No, we have not seen that. We have not seen that. So what are these Hibernate, Spring Boot? What are these Spring Boot and Hibernate? Actually, what are these? No, are there not J2EE part? No, are they not in the J2EE part? Okay, if they're not in the J2EE part, what are these actually? Right. If we come for this particular point, here we have a conclusion. What exactly the conclusion here I'm telling to you? These Hibernate, Spring Boot, Hibernate, Spring Boot. These three are not technologies. First of all, these are not technologies. Hibernate, Spring Boot are not technologies. All these are servlet is a J2EE technology. JSP is a J2EE technology. Web services is a J2EE technology. Jdbc is a J2EE technology. These are middleware services part of the J2EE. But Hibernate, Spring Boot, these three names, I'm telling to you, these three names are not the technologies. First of all, they are not technologies. How can we say these three are available under J2EE? How can I say these three are available under J2EE? These are J2EE technologies. But this is Spring Boot and Hibernate are not the part of like what? No, J2EE technologies. Please remember this point clearly. But what are these? These three are not under J2EE technologies. But what are these actually? These are separate products. These Hibernate, Spring Boot are separate products. That products are nothing but what? Their frameworks. That products are nothing but what? No, frameworks. What exactly the meaning of framework? What is framework? What is going on inside the framework? What advantages we are able to get frameworks? Everything I will discuss in the introduction part. That's okay. But time being, understand this one. Hibernate, Spring Boot are not the part of J2EE. They're not the part of J2EE. They are the frameworks. They're the separate products. That framework, that products are called as what? No, frameworks. They're not the part of like what? No, J2EE. Observe carefully. Okay, good. But web services and microservices. Here, web services we can understand. Next one is like what? The no microservices is also existed. Web services and microservices, these two things are existed. These two things are available under J2EE or not? These two things are existed under J2EE or not? Definitely, web service and microservices both are existed under J2EE. Observe carefully. So, what I'm telling you, this microservice and web services are not frameworks. Are not frameworks. These two are what? No, technologies. These two are what? No, technologies. Understand my point here? But in general, in outside, people are having awareness is what? Java frameworks. In the sense, immediately people are thinking Hibernate, Spring, Java, that means Spring Boot, microservice and web services. All together, people are thinking they are the frameworks. No, because of that outside knowledge only. Today I announced the batch with the name is like what? No, Java frameworks. But strictly speaking, out of these frameworks, Hibernate, Spring Boot only the frameworks. But microservices and web services both are come under J2EE technologies. These two are come under what there? J2EE technologies. Only frameworks are what there? Hibernate, Spring Boot are the technologies. Sorry, are the frameworks. That's it. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? So here at least we need to understand which things are frameworks and which things are technologies. We need to understand it. Then only we are able to get much clarity. Finally, what is the conclusion I'm telling there? Anyway, my syllabus is this one. Today I'm starting demo class for all this one. So 5 technologies, 5 things here I want to cover. That's okay. But out of these, which things are frameworks and which things are technologies? No. Hibernate, Spring Boot are what? Frameworks. Microservices and web services are what? Technologies. They are J2EE technologies. If you get my point or not, that's okay, fine. Next one is not only this, on the base of this Java, so many things are available here. Struts is available, 1.x and 2.x, two versions are existed. It's also a framework, it's not a technology. It's not a technology, it's also a framework. Understand my point? Then after that, JSF is available. JSF, Java Server Faces. JSF is available. Initially JSF is a framework. Later on, that framework was given to the Oracle Corporation. Now it is a technology. Now JSF is what now? Is a technology, J2E technology, but previously it was framework. Now it is a technology. But Struts is purely what they know is a framework. But of course, this Struts framework and JSF are not in use at present. No, nobody, almost all, nobody is using these Struts and JSF. No, rarely. Still, one or two companies might be using that Struts and JSF. No need to think too much about these concepts here. So nowadays, at present in outside market, what are going on in outside there? Hibernate, Springboard, and microservices and web services. Even web services also a little bit, but up to microservices, which is going on effectively in outside here. Everybody understand this point? So everybody must learn now these concepts clearly. See, one thing I'm telling there, in outside might be people are having some awareness. Full stack Java is going on, guys, in outside. Full stack Java, the term is very much trending in outside. In general, what people are misunderstanding about full stack Java, in outside I observed that people are thinking about full stack Java in the sense that some people are thinking like full stack Java in the sense, first of all, they're thinking like what there, core Java. Next one is like what there, after this core Java, then people are thinking like what there, advanced Java. Then after this advanced Java, that's it. Then after the UI part, then after that there's some database. People are thinking this is full stack now. So it's too much. Not at all. Companies are expecting full stack Java developer, not this. What people are expecting, what company people are expecting about this full stack now. We can observe this clearly. I'll write that content here. First one is a core Java. Next one is like what there, advanced Java. Then after this advanced Java, next one is one ORM implementation, Hibernate, JPA and Hibernate, both. That's okay. Then after that, the fourth one is like what there, Spring. Then after that, next one is like what there, Springboard. Next one is like what there. After that, microservices. After this microservices, next one is like what there, web services. In web services, two parts are available. SOAP and RESTful services are available. But nowadays, RESTful services are having somewhat importance when compared with the SOAP services. But SOAP services knowledge is required. If you know SOAP services, then RESTful services will understand clearly. Otherwise, without having knowledge on SOAP services, directly if we go to RESTful services, but we can understand, we will not understand the internals of the RESTful services. No. So better to have some knowledge on SOAP services, then only go for what? No, RESTful services. Then web services is another content here. After completion of these content there, some other non-Java related things are existed. Backend is required. Definitely Oracle database is required. Apart from this Oracle database there, basic UI is required. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and jQuery. Up to that is required. Then apart from that, either we require Angular or React JS we required. Either we required Angular or React JS. Either of this only. Both are alternatives. Angular is somewhat older one. React JS is the newer one. Now the trending is going on with the React JS. Understand it clearly. Then apart from this, now here we required like what there. After completion of this, Linux is also required here. Next one is like what there. Some cloud is required. AWS. Nowadays AWS is getting more trending in outside here. AWS cloud is also required. Next one is apart from that, DevOps tools we required here. DevOps tools, Jenkins, Kubernetes, like Ansible, Chef, like different tools are GitHub, and these many tools are existed. DevOps tools are existed here. The DevOps tools also required here. Apart from this, another thing is like what there, testing is also required here. Testing tools. What are these testing tools? No, like Selenium testing is required, mandatory for everybody. Nowadays, this is full stack Java. This is full stack Java, but out of this total concepts inside this full stack Java, what I'm telling to you clearly, core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Springboard, web services, and microservices. These 7 topics are related to Java. Okay, so this is mainstream. Remaining things, awareness is required, definitely. If you want to become as a full stack Java developer, we need all the remaining concepts also. So even in the full stack Java also, this Java stream is very, very important. Out of this Java stream, yeah, this part is very, very important part here. This part is the main part. Core Java and advanced Java, everybody will have awareness, no doubt for that. As per this academics might be, as per the institutes might be, everybody will understand this core and advanced, it's okay. But having awareness on these concepts is very, very important. But less number of people are having awareness on this top end. Top end in this is a high end part of the Java. But if you know these concepts and if you know the remaining concepts, then only you are the full stack Java developer. So anyway, my intention is not to talk about full stack Java development about these concepts, no, but my requirement is what? These many topics I want to discuss at present. As part of our content, we are going to understand these concepts clearly. Guys, all of you are understanding this or not? So anyway, our topic is like what there? Java frameworks. Now inside these Java frameworks, what exactly the things here we are going to understand there? Our content will be, first one is like what there? Hibernate. And the second one is like what there? Spring. And next one is like what there? Spring Boot. And then after that, fourth one would be like what there? For the Spring Boot, microservices. But before this microservices, I need to talk about web services actually. And when the list I'm telling to you like what there? Web services. These are the various things here we are understanding clearly about the Java framework. Now, my commitment from this particular point onwards is like what there? These many things here we are understanding, we are going to understand in the next duration clearly. Everybody guys, understand this point clearly. Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices and web services. Okay. Then what about my plan? What exactly my plan about to teach all these concepts actually? What exactly my plan about all these things? No? Listen guys, all of you observe carefully. Now, I announced this batch with like what there? 11:32, 1 p.m. 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. So here I'm going to take like what there? Here Spring. In this timing, I will talk about Spring. Next one is like what there? Spring Boot. Next one is like what there? Microservices. I will talk like this. This is a time 11:30 to 1. I'm going to take these concepts. Observe carefully. But what about this Hibernate and web services, guys? What about this Hibernate and web services? No. See, after 1 month of time maximum. After 1 month of time, I will start. After 1 month of time. After 1 month of time, I will start 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I'll start what there? Hibernate. And then after completion of this Hibernate, I will go for like what there? Web services. So guys, then my timing would be like what there? 11:30 to 1, what I'm taking, no? Spring Boot and microservices. After 1 month of time, I'll start one more session at 10 o'clock. And at 10 to 11:30, what I'm planning there? Hibernate and web services. See, when this Spring is going on in the middle, up to the middle of the Spring framework, in the middle of the Spring framework, I'll start Hibernate. Actually, in the Spring, so many modules are available. But the Spring ORM module is available. Spring ORM. I'll give a list of topics what I'm going to discuss with you. Don't worry. Spring ORM module is existed. No. In a Spring ORM module, I need to talk about Hibernate. I require Hibernate. So just before this Spring ORM, I'll start Hibernate. Then Hibernate is going on parallelly. Hibernate is going on parallelly along with the Spring. But after starting Spring, within 1 month, I'll start Hibernate. Observe carefully. Then after starting this Hibernate, it may complete at a particular point of time. The Hibernate will be completed. In place of this Hibernate, 10 to 11:30 slot, same slot, I will start the web services. I'll start what there? Web services. Okay. So Hibernate and web services both are going to be start 10 to 11:30 timing. They are going to be start now. Then after that, 11:30 to 1 p.m. I will talk about like only which topic there, no? Spring Boot and microservices. That's it. Now, these are the two slots here I'm providing there. But now, today onwards, we can understand 11:30 to 1 is what? These are Spring related content. 10 to 11:30, after 1 month of time, I will take like what there? Hibernate and web services. They are the content here I'm telling you. Now, how much is the duration to cover all the concepts in parallel? Now, approximately 4 months of time I need to take to complete this total content. Nearly 4 months of time. Why? Because it's not easy to complete all these things. Even in 4 months of time, on Sundays also I have to work. On Sundays also, whenever the concepts are in peak, there I have to talk some concepts in Sundays also, definitely. Otherwise, it will not be completed. Maybe 15 days more we can expect. Not less than 15, not less than 4 months of time. After 4 months, even 15 days, depending on the topic. If the topic is not completed, definitely we'll talk about like what? No, these concepts clearly. Right, so then what are these working hours and which dates? That means on which days of a week I'm going to talk there. Initially, you can expect the classes Monday to Saturday. Monday to Saturday, we can expect the classes there. On Sunday max, I will not go for the class starting now. But when the topics are in a peak mode, if the concepts are in lagging mode, definitely I will take somewhat extra sessions on Sundays also. But I'll give that clear-cut schedule. And before 2 to 3 days before itself, I will give some scheduling on Sundays classes, no? But definitely, you can expect some classes on Sundays also. But at present, initially, only classes from Monday to Saturday. But the moment when I'm going to start Hibernate and all these things, no, from that point onwards, we'll have classes on Sundays also. That depends on our content clearly. That's okay, guys. Then after that, after completion of this, what we are able to get benefit from these courses, get or maybe what other tools here we are going to be covered, no? Observe carefully. Here we are talking about Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices and web services. They are the concepts here. But apart from this, I need to talk about like what there. Next one is Maven. Application development is going on with Maven initially. Maven, damn sure I need to use that Maven, but depending on our requirement, I'll go for Log4j. Not mandatory. This Log4j is not mandatory, but we are going to understand that Log4j also. They are the two tools I'm going to be covered. That's one thing. All right, sir. Then apart from this, here in web services, SOAP services are available. So definitely to understand the SOAP services, we need to understand about XML. XML is also required. Not a complete XML, up to how much XML we require, up to that I will cover in our classes there. XML, I need to discuss there clearly. Right. But just before moving to the RESTful services, there we require like what, no, JSON. JSON also be required here. So I need to give the clarity up to how much we require for JSON. Then up to that I will discuss with you clearly. Understand my point here? So all these are side related topics. Then apart from this, apart from all this content here, what I'm telling you, know. So next one is benefits. What benefits can we are able to get by seeing our classes, no? Anyway, in the first day itself, I want to give clarity of all these things. All classes recordings will be provided. Recordings will be provided. Every class is being recorded. Then I'll give the recordings of these classes, no doubt for that. Up to recordings will be provided up to 1 year of time. This 1 year of time is also not mandatory. Maybe more than 1 year of time also you are able to get, but 1 year of time is more than sufficient for you. Right after completion of this course also, up to 1 year of time, you will get all these things now. So all classes recordings will be provided. That's one thing, guys. And second one is, right, material is also existed. Of course, it is a chargeable extra. Xerox cost might be our office people will take that. That material is also be provided. For online students, that material as a soft copy will be provided. No need to worry for that. But for offline students, that hard copy material we are able to get. Or else, if you don't require that hard copy material, you want to get that soft copy, I don't have any problem. I'll provide that soft copy material. No need to worry for that. Moreover, that is one thing what I'm telling you, know. Then soft copy material is also be provided. Then apart from this, we are going to working on multiple databases. What are the databases we are going to understand, like what there? Oracle. Majorly, I'm going to use Oracle in our classes there. Next, apart from this Oracle, next one is like what there? MySQL I'm going to use. Right, sir? Now, depending on our requirement, MongoDB also we will use in some situations. In-memory databases are also required for us now. That would be like what now? H2 database I'm going to use. So definitely in the Spring framework, especially in Spring Boot, at initial applications, I'm going to use H2 database. In-memory database is a weightless database I'm going to use there. But majorly, I'm going to use mainly like what there? Oracle and MySQL databases I'm going to use in our applications maximum. MongoDB, depending on our requirement, I will use that. But definitely 1 or 2 applications we are going to see on what there? H2 databases. You can observe this clearly. After completion of these databases now, next one is we are going to work with multiple IDEs. In our classes, I'm going to show multiple IDEs also. What are these IDEs? Majorly, I'm going to use there. Eclipse IDE I'm going to use, but for the sake of the Spring application development, I'll go for STS. Then after that, I'll go for IntelliJ IDEA. Damn sure, I will use that IntelliJ IDEA. IntelliJ IDEA also we are going to use. So depending on our requirement, I will use STS maybe up to Hibernate applications and up to basic Spring applications at the initial level. I'll go for like what there? Eclipse directly. But once the Spring Boot is started, then I must go for like what no? STS. Maybe in some situations I may not go for SCS. There I will go for like what? No, IntelliJ IDEA. Definitely we need to use that IntelliJ IDEA also. But anyway, I will show how to work with multiple IDEs. We are going to understand it clearly. Next one is after that, after completion of this, then apart from this server's point of view, if you observe this, in the olden days, in the previously might be, we used to work with WebLogic server, Tomcat server, then what next one here apart from this, like JBoss, Wildfly, these many servers we used to work. But nowadays in the framework, embedded servers are available. Embedded servers are existed. Tomcat is already embedded with the Springboard. Observe carefully. The embedded containers are existed for us here. So no need to take any explicit servers. By default, some servers are existed inside like what there in frameworks. By default, embedded servers are available. Understand my point here? So because of that reason, no need to take any explicit servers separately. We can go for it. We can go for embedded servers directly. The other things here we can understand. Then apart from this, what next one here? If you require, then course completion certificate we will get. Course completion certificate we will get it here. That means conduct certificate from Durga Soft. Right, so these are the things, no? Then apart from this, one more thing what I am telling to you, apart from this, especially for all the people, those who are in online and as well as in offline, for all of them I'm giving clarity there. So number of companies are visiting our institute. Number of companies are coming to our institute. Definitely we will conduct drives in our institute. But anyway, it is not job guarantee program. Even I don't like the job guarantee programs. I will not think job guarantee programs. Your main concept is I need to inject more subject. With my subject, we can get the jobs in outside of the companies easily. In outside of DurgaSoft, easily we can get it. So it's not like any job guarantee, such kind of things we are not providing. Please understand it clearly. So with my subject, I'm telling that whatever the subject I'm going to teach with you inside the classes now, with these concepts, easily we can put 3 to 4 years of experience. 3 to 4 years of experience we can keep inside our resume, right? But at the same time, DurgaSoft is conducting some drives for freshers. For freshers, why? Because no company will come to Amirpet with the thinking of experienced people. By thinking experienced people, no company will come to Amirpet. Every company will come to the Amirpet institutes in the sense only because of freshers only, for taking freshers only. If you're the fresher, definitely you will get some opportunity here in this particular mode. Or else, not required to go for the fresher level. Once you are in frameworks, no, maximum in general people are going to keep some experience, damn sure. Maybe 4 to 5 years of experience we are able to get, but up to 4 years of experience, I can give assurance to you. My subject will work out up to 4 years of experience we can keep in our resume maximum. More than 4 or 5 years of experience, if we keep, no, expectations will be different. So you may not satisfy that expectations. Max 4 years of experience is sufficient about this frameworks level clearly. This is one thing, yes, what I'm telling you know. Then after that, apart from this, what I'm telling there, daily applications accessible. You can access all my applications there. I will share all these applications, whatever the applications I used to do inside our classes there, that we are going to do there. Daily applications accessible. Next one is classroom notes is also be accessible. Classroom notes, running notes, whatever the notes here I type it here, I will share that running notes also there. Clearly we are able to get it. Right, sir? And then apart from this, what else we required, guys? What else we required apart from this? All the services here, whatever the service I given, all of them are given there. Majorly, and this is important point. For every class is being recorded. I will give these recording videos to all of you up to 1 year of time. We can utilize these videos for our requirement. Clearly, I'm telling them, right? This is the one main advantage what I'm providing them. But remaining things are normal. You can understand clearly, right, guys? Then apart from this, now 11:30 to 1, and in online people are asking about money, fee structure for these courses. No, people are thinking much about money in compared with technology, right, guys? Then anything related to this fees and administration kind of thing, reach out to our office there. I don't like to talk about fees and everything inside the class. No, only technology is going on in our classes there, not like money and all these things. Just you can talk with our office people. For online students, I'm telling to you, just send a request mail, durgasoftonlinetraining@gmail.com. For online students, we can reach to our office there, and the mobile number is 885-252627. Right, sir. Then where Bhavani is a respective person there for you. She will handle all the details. She will provide that video support and everything to you in the next future also. But for offline students, directly you can go to the office there, or maybe you can go for like what no, 8852 8852, right? 63 and 64 96 9697. These many numbers are available for offline. You can contact with them regarding this fee structure and everything. You can talk there, not here, or maybe and outside might be Harsha is available. Just we can talk with him. That's okay, good. But apart from this, all the remaining things here I'm telling to you. But apart from this, now 11:30 to 1 timing here we have to utilize for Springboard, and what next one there? Microservices. 10 to 11:30 session we have to utilize for what there? Hibernate and web services. This is the content here. Now here, what I'm telling to you clearly, what exactly the content here I'm going to be covered, I need to discuss with you clearly. Right, sir, 1 minute. Okay, fine. What exactly the content here I'm going to be covered inside this Springboard microservices. This timing is for Spring only. Now inside the Spring, what exactly the content here I will cover there. Already prepared some content here. Now try to recognize this content here. Right, sir. Now I'll give the total content to you. What I'm going to be covered here. Observe carefully, guys. In a Spring, what exactly the content topics here we are going to be understand there. Introduction part. Inside this introduction part, this is a Spring content actually. Inside this introduction part, what I'm going to discuss, and before this, before going to start this content, guys, I would like to give some information there. What prerequisite we need? Let me talk about this one also. Prerequisite to understand these concepts here. The prerequisite for this content is like what? No, majorly core Java, minimum core Java, up to collection framework and up to lambdas expressions. Lambda expressions, that means Java 8 features you require. Without that, you are unable to understand these concepts. I'm sure about it. Right from beginning itself, I'm telling you. Maybe in the initial classes, it may be very simple for you to understand. But by moving on to the concepts internally, definitely the deep knowledge of core Java is required. Up to lambda expressions we require. Of course, if any new concepts are available which are not discussed inside the core Java, for example, lambda expressions. When I'm going to use lambda expressions in a Spring framework, there I will give some little bit awareness on it. After that, I will talk about it. But totally, I don't know anything about core Java. No object orientation, no exception, no multi-threading, no collection framework in the sense. No, not at all possible to understand these concepts. Definitely, we require core Java. That is one point. Then apart from this, minimal idea on advanced Java is required. Especially in advanced Java, what topics we require here? Jdbc basics at least. Basics of Jdbc. How to prepare first program in Jdbc. If you know that, then from that point onwards, I'll give the content here. Don't worry for that. Next one is servlets. Servlets basics, if you know. Servlets basics, if you know, then remaining content I will discuss with you. How to prepare servlets, how to prepare HTTP servlet, how to prepare HTTP servlet, not even required generic servlet, how to prepare HTTP servlet, what is servlet config, what is servlet context. These concepts, at least if you know these concepts, no, and especially in servlets, I require filters topic. Filters topic. Why? Because in the future I may talk about interceptors. If you want to understand interceptors, there where filters topic is required. Almost all both are similar. So filters topic, if you know, then automatically our Spring framework is becoming as very, very easy. Spring web module, we require that. So definitely, if you know basics of the servlets and basics of Jdbc, then that is sufficient to understand like what the frameworks know. But we need to have good knowledge on core Java. Very good knowledge on core Java is required. Without core Java, we can't understand anything. Answer my point clearly. Right, sir. Now this is the prerequisite part we are going to see. Next one is after that. If you observe this Spring content here, introduction part, where I will cover what I am going to be cover. First of all, what are the J2EE technologies? Over the J2EE technologies, what is the requirement to go for frameworks? Multiple frameworks are available. Why we need to go for only Spring framework? Okay. How many types of frameworks are available? Right? Where this Spring framework will come. Types of frameworks are available. Web frameworks and application frameworks. Where this Spring framework will come? What is the difference between web frameworks and application frameworks? After understanding this framework's introduction, what are the Spring features? What are the various modules are available inside the Spring feature? In which version, which modules are introduced? Overview of all the modules of the Spring framework. After understanding this, there we will go for steps to prepare Spring application. The very first application, a hello world application, how we are going to prepare there. After completion of this, where we are going to understand core module. Inside this core module, so many concepts are available. It's a lengthy topic actually. Core, basic level core is available and advanced level core is available. Both will be covered here. Like inside this IOC containers, we are going to understand. Dependency injection, we are going to understand. Auto wiring, like a number of concepts are available. Up to expression language. Inside this Spring also, SPEL is available. Spring expression language existed. Up to that, we are going to understand now. Next one is the Spring Jdbc DAO. So plain Jdbc is available. In advanced Java also Jdbc is available. In Spring also Jdbc is available. So Spring Jdbc is more powerful than plain Jdbc. There's a framework basically. That framework is giving more support for the developer. No need to go for hard coding of our content. Directly hard coding part will be taken care by Spring framework. Only flexible part is given to the developers here. What flexibility we are able to get by using this Spring Jdbc and DAO. What is DAO? What exactly the meaning of DAO design pattern? How to implement the DAOs inside our enterprise applications. That all the things we are going to understand. Next one is ORM. ORM in the sense how to integrate Hibernate with the Spring framework. Hibernate, one more point I'm telling there. Hibernate is not under the framework. Actually, we used to say Hibernate is a framework. Hibernate is not the framework again. Hibernate is a ORM tool. Hibernate is what no? ORM tool. What is this ORM actually? Object relational mapping. Object relational mapping. Class database table mapping, simply speaking. So that implementation of ORM is Hibernate, JPA and Hibernate. So that how to integrate with our Spring framework. So that module is available. That means ORM module. Next one is AOP, aspect oriented programming. This is object oriented programming. Next level is what? Aspect oriented programming. How to implement that aspect oriented programming, where we are going to be covered join points and point cuts and like different technologies are available. There I will discuss with you clearly. Then after transactions. Transaction support is very good from Spring framework. How we are going to implement the transactions? That means JTA, Java Transaction API. How to implement such kind of things with our Spring framework. Transactions. Next one. How to prepare web applications with the Spring framework. Web module, web MVC. MVC is available. What is the meaning of this MVC? MVC is a design pattern. Model view controller. Front-end controller design pattern. DTO design pattern. DAO design pattern. All these design patterns we are going to understand as part of this MVC. Then how to prepare that MVC based web applications with the Spring framework. Then after that security, declarative approach and programmatic approach. Next one is annotation approach and XML based approach. Next one is different types of authentications are available. Basic authentication, form based authentication, digest authentication, like all the authentication content here we are going to understand here. But all these applications will be prepared with what they're no Maven. Minimum. Maven is minimum, guys. When I'm going to talk about steps to prepare first application, first I will prepare the basic application without Maven. In the next application onwards, I will talk with like what no Maven. With Maven only we are going to understand that application development. Why? Because if you go for any organization where nobody is preparing applications without Maven, everybody is using like what no Maven. So we need to have practice on Maven clearly. Right from beginning onwards, we are going to understand Maven. Nearly 1 week of time I will take for Maven classes then. If I take this Maven on regular days, it will take nearly 1 week of time. Maybe on one Saturday and Sunday, if I conduct any class there on Maven, maybe within 2 days I can finish that Maven. Then I will give clarity about like what no, how to prepare this Spring-based applications with Maven. So Maven and Log4j, these two also I'm going to be covered as part of this Spring applications clearly. Now this is the overall content about like what no Spring framework. What we are going to understand. This is basic Spring. Basic Spring. Without knowing this total Spring, you are unable to understand Spring approach. Guys, observe carefully. Without knowing a Spring framework, we are unable to understand like what no Spring approach. And some people are having some misunderstanding in outside there. What is that misunderstanding there? To prepare enterprise applications in the simplified way, we require Spring framework. But what people are thinking, no, a Spring framework is somewhat older one. Nowadays, it's not required. In place of the Spring framework, we have a newer framework is available. That newer framework is what the Spring Boot. So no need to learn a Spring framework. Directly we can come for what there no Spring Boot. If we come for the Spring Boot, then we will complete our process. No, we will get jobs in outside. But I will not satisfy with that particular answer. I will not think about this particular answer. If you want to know Spring Boot, if you want to learn Spring Boot, definitely we require Spring Framework. Without a Spring Framework, you are unable to understand Spring Boot. I'm sure about it. Moreover, I'm telling to you, Spring Boot is not the alternative of Spring Framework. Spring Boot is not the alternative of the Spring Framework. Spring Boot is derived from Spring Framework. Spring Boot is an enhancement of the Spring Framework. Spring Boot is not the alternative of Spring Boot. Spring Boot is not replacement for Spring. Spring Boot is an enhancement from the Spring Framework. Observe carefully. So definitely, if you want to understand Spring Boot clearly, there we have to go for like what? No, Spring Framework. This is mandatory. Now inside this Spring Boot, what we are going to be covered actually, introduction part we are going to see. Then why we are coming for Spring Boot? What are the problems with the Spring? What exactly the drawbacks are available with the Spring? Why that Spring is a heavyweight? Why Spring Boot is lightweight? What lightweight we can see? What easiness we can get by using Spring Boot? That we are going to understand. Then after that, what are the various steps we are going to prepare? We are going to use for Spring Boot applications that we are going to understand. Next one is the Spring Boot starter configuration. Starters we are going to understand there. Parent start, number of starters are available anyway. I'll discuss about these concepts here. At present, you may not understand all the concepts now, but I will discuss about it. Spring Boot application, events and handlers. When to start, when that Spring Boot is started, when that server is loaded, when that Spring Boot main component is loaded, all the events and handlers we are going to prepare, we are going to see that. Inside the Spring Boot, we are going to provide all configurations with the two ways. In a two ways, we are able to provide all the configurations. What two ways here we are going to see there? First one is like what now? Properties file. Another one is like what now? YAML file. YAML file. That is YML file. YAML file. And then what next one here? No, properties file here. How to use properties file to provide arguments to our Spring application? How to use YAML file to provide parameters data to the Spring applications, configuration details to the Spring application. That all the things here we are going to understand there. Next one is the profiles. Three types of modes are available. Three types of profiles are existed actually. Dev mode. Next one is a testing mode. Next one is a production mode. Some configurations are specific to dev mode. Some configurations are specific to testing mode. Some other configurations are specific to production mode. Then to differentiate that dev mode configurations and testing mode configurations, and next one is like what there, and production mode configurations, we need to go for like what? No, profiles concepts. Then I will show that exact content there. Don't worry for it. And this profiles concepts is available in a Spring core module itself. Inside the Spring core module also we can understand that profiles, where basic idea is the same, but the way to utilize that profiles is a different in a Spring framework and in a Spring Boot content. But we are going to understand perfectly that content clearly. Next one is what? Then after that, Spring Boot activators. Activators are available to check a health check might be, then that server is down or not, server is in up or not, or maybe see to check all the that health information about our Spring Boot application. There we are going to see like what? No, activators. Activators content we are going to understand. Next one is internationalization with the Spring Boot. Internationalization. That means we are able to get requests from different regions, different languages now. So we need to provide our application services with respect to the different regions and different languages there. To provide such kind of support from our Spring Boot application, there we will go for like what? No, internationalization. So this is also one of the topic we can understand. Next one is, this is newer topic inside the Spring Boot also. In a Spring Boot, data Jdbc is available. Data Jdbc is existed. It's a newer concept. In a Spring Jdbc some topic, that means plain Jdbc is available. To overcome the problems with the plain Jdbc, Spring Jdbc is available. In Spring Jdbc also some problems are existed there. There to overcome these problems, again we have to go for like what? No, Spring Data Jdbc. Data Jdbc, I think so might be nobody is teaching this particular topic here, but I had some research on this particular topic. I will discuss about this Spring Data Jdbc. Next one is the Spring Data JPI is available. This is also very simple. See, one thing I'm telling that Jdbc, Data Jdbc and Data JPA, what is going to be happen in a DO module, we are going to use the CRUD operations actually. What CRUD operations are available? Create, that means storing data, read, getting data, update data, and delete data, and finding data. These many CRUD operations are available. If we use normal Jdbc or Spring normal Jdbc module, There we have to write implementation for all the CRUD operation methods. For inserting the data, we have to write code. For updating the data, we have to write code. For finding the data, we have to write code. Everything we have to implement explicitly. But when we come for this data JP or data JDBC, all these CRUD operations are implemented predefinedly. All these CRUD operations are implemented predefinedly. Just we have to use that methods. No need to implement these methods. Which method is required for you? Try to understand it. Then use that method. Try to use that method in order to perform the database operations. Understand it now. When technology is coming there, when new concepts are coming, how much it is easy for us, to implement our applications now. In previous DAO applications, every DAO method we have to implement explicitly. But in the Spring Data JDBC and Spring Data JPA, we are going to understand, we are not going to write any implementation. Already methods are implemented, just we have to use them. If you want to insert the data, method is already implemented, try to access that method. If you want to update the data in the database now, method is already existed, try to access that method. In this way, we are going to access all the predefined methods. That predefined methods are provided by whom? Data JDBC and data JPA. Next one is how to integrate the RESTful services with Spring Boot applications. How to integrate the RESTful services with Spring applications, REST controller. We are going to understand. So that REST integration also here we are going to see in a Spring Boot applications there. Next one is a Spring Boot batch processing. There's some content is available at this time. You may not understand all the concepts here, but I'll give some content here. Spring Boot security, OAuth, we are going to use that for the security purpose now. Next one is TimeLift. Here we are going to use for the sake of UI development with the Spring Boot applications. How to use TimeLift to prepare that UI part about the Spring Boot applications. These many contents here we are going to understand as part of like what now? Spring Boot content. That's okay, fine. This is a good content. What I'm trying to cover here, this is good content. Maximum content I covered. What exactly Spring Framework has provided content now, maximum we are trying to cover in our classes there about this Spring Boot. That's okay, fine. Next one is after completion of this, what next one here? Microservices. What we are going to understand there. Introduction part we are going to understand initially. Inside this introduction part, see, application development models are available. Multiple models are existed here. First one is a monolithic model. Then after that, SOA model. Then after that, microservices model. Three models are existed. What are the three models? First one is like what? Monolithic model. Next one is SOA, service oriented architecture, SOA model. Next one is like what there? Microservices architecture. What exactly the requirement to come for microservices architecture? Microservices model. What are the problems with the monolithic model? What are the problems with the SOA model? Then after that, what are the problems with what there no? What exactly the advantages with the microservices model? So nothing, sir. Previously, what we are preparing there, total user interface we prepared one time. Total business logic we prepared now for all modules. Next one is total persistence logic we prepared there. Then finally we are interacting with the database. But now what I'm telling there, what I'm telling there, instead of using that basic approach, instead of using that monolithic approach, we are going to divide the total requirement to small services. Small services. Say for example, if we go for an enterprise application like what there, employee management system I want to prepare. In employee management system, what is available here? Say for example, add employee, search employee, then what next one? Update employee, delete employee. These four modules we want to prepare. First of all, we will prepare the total UiPath, the total in a single layer we are able to provide. Add employee module, search employee module, update employee module, delete employee module, single UI we are able to prepare. Next one is business logic. At a time we are providing for what there? The total. Then after persistence logic, database interaction logic. Then one database we are going to use. One server for the entire application architecture, only one server we are going to use. The total application will keep in a single WAR file. That WAR file we are going to deploy into the server. There we are executing that. Understand clearly? Entire application we are providing in a single server. Entire application is using a single database. Is a problem or not? So definitely some burden will be increased or not? Scalability problems are coming or not? To overcome this problem, microservices architecture will come. What is this microservices architecture now? For add employee, separate UI part. For add employee, separate business layer. For add employee, separate persistence logic. This thing will be treated as one service. This service will use separate database. This service will use separate server. Similarly, search employee UI, search employee what their business logic, search employee persistence logic. This is one service. That service will use different database or maybe same database or maybe same server or different server. So the total application is divided into the multiple services. This each and every service is called as a microservice. Each and every microservice may go for its own database, may go for its own application server or web server or application server. That entire application is using previous entire application is using and single server and single what next one there no single database. But now when we divide this total application the number of services no, each and every service may use its own database, each and every service may deployed in a different server. Automatically flexibility is coming, scalability here we are able to get for these services if you use that services now. So like this number of advantages are available with the microservices here. Anyway, I'll explain clearly about these microservices whenever we are talking about these microservices clearly. That's one point here. Next one is, what is this service actually? What is this service actually? Service is nothing but a Spring Boot application, not more than that. The service is what no? Spring Boot application, that's it. Then how to prepare the Spring Boot application as a microservice? How we are able to convert a Spring Boot application as a microservice, that we are going to understand clearly. Anyway, as per our content, I will discuss about this particular point here. Not to worry for that. Okay, fine. Observe carefully. In a single enterprise application, how many services are available? Do you think about it? Only one service is available in an enterprise application? No. How many services are available? So many services are available, but we need to have communication between services or not? We need to have communication between services or not? So where we need to provide the communication between microservices. To provide services between communication between microservices, here we are going to use a REST template. Next one is a web client and a FAN client. These many things here we are going to use. All the content, all the three clients, all the three things I'm going to show how to establish communication between services now. Once we are getting a service now, somebody else will provide that service, some other person will consume the service. Here service provider is available, service consumer is available. To consume the service, we have to prepare client applications. So by using REST template, we can prepare one client application. By using web client, we can prepare another client application. By using FAN client, we are able to create another client application there. So client service consumers, we are going to prepare as part of this communication between microservices. Next one, guys, after completion of this, circuit breakers are available. Circuit breakers. Guys, even if you're not understanding this concept at present, no need to worry for it. In microservices, I will explain everything. But here, just an overview I'm telling you. So for example, 100 services are interconnected. One by one, all the 100 services are interconnected. Unfortunately, if any service is down, in the middle, if any service is down, if you're not handling that situation, what will happen? The total enterprise application will stuck or not? Where instead of stucking that enterprise application, we have to handle that situation clearly. For handling that situation, what I'm telling there, whenever a particular service is down, immediately I want to divert my flow of execution to some service handler, some method. That method will display some information to the user. Here, this particular service is down. Later on, this service will come. Just wait for the results or something else, some information we are going to provide. Meanwhile, next service are going to be executed. So to catch that service and to give some related information to the user, we need to go for circuit breaker concepts here, where we are able to implement the circuit breaker by using like what no Hystrix dashboard and Resilience 4J. But Hystrix dashboard and Hystrix service, Hystrix the product is outdated almost all. It is in maintenance mode. So at present, it is not supporting in our applications there. So we are not going to talk about this content here. The next what we are going to talk there, Resilience 4J is one of the product, is one of the implementation, third-party implementation, which is providing very good support for like what no circuit breakers. There we are going to understand this Resilience 4K. Next one is a cloud config server. To provide this cloud config server, here we require to use like what no GitHub, GitLab. GitHub here we are going to GitHub here we are going to use there. Why? Because source code management is required definitely here. In the case of this cloud config server, there we are going to use this Git and GitHub, this content here for the sake of this cloud config server. API gateway. For this API gateway, just we are going to use Netflix Joule. This one, see, all these things are third-party implementations only. The Joule is one of the implementation for the sake of like what now API gateway. Anyway, I will give more clarity about each and every one when the concepts are coming to us clearly. Next one is service registry and discovery. Eureka server we are going to use. Eureka services we are going to use there. Right, Eureka service at client side and Eureka service at what no server side, that we are going to understand. Next one is a distributed tracing and logging. Distributed tracing and logging we are going to use. Sleuth and Zipkin here we are going to use. These two services we are going to use there. Next one is the load balancing, Netflix ribbon that we are going to use. Then apart from that, one more topic I did not list it yet, then that will be like what now? Message broker. Message broker. Inside this message broker here we are going to use like what now? RabbitMQ. Next one is like what now? Redis. These are things here we are going to use for the sake of this message broker. This is another content here we are going to understand. Anyway, microservices content is very small. Spring Boot is also be somewhat better, okay. But the Spring content we have to understand effectively. If you understand the Spring concepts clearly, then Spring Boot is becoming as very easy. If we see Spring Boot is very simple, then automatically microservices content is very, very simple. Only architecture difference is available. The corresponding services we are going to understand. If you understand like that, the total Spring Boot microservice is completed in the easiest manner clearly. Right, guys. Now this is what exactly the way we are going to understand the content. Don't worry. In the introduction part, just I'm giving the overview of this all the points in a simplified way, in a fast manner. But once we are taking the content now, there we are going to understand effectively each and every part. No need to worry for this. So this is what exactly the content here we are understanding there. So that's okay, guys. That's all for it. And next demo class. This is the first demo class I'm taking. No, next demo class I will take on Monday. Monday at what time we have to attend there? 11:30 a.m. 11:30 to 1. This is a class timing there. Definitely Monday onwards, I'm going to start our actual syllabus. On Monday, what I will start there? Directly Spring Framework I will start, and the Spring Framework introduction topic I will discuss there. Monday I will go for Spring Framework introduction part here. Directly I will start the content on Monday at 11:30 to 1 o'clock. After 1 month of time, at 10 to 11:30, I'll start Hibernate. After completion of Hibernate, I will start what there? Web services topic I will discuss. So this is my plan about this content. Okay. Guys, apart from this, anything else? I want to wind up this session today. Then on Monday, we'll start seriously and I will go for the content, actual content Monday. Okay. That's fine, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on Monday. Guys, yes, email you, no problem. Guys, and those are in online. Anything else, guys? Yeah, regular classes will be on Monday, guys. And related to this fees and everything, just we can reach out our office there through these numbers. And where Bhavan is a person, she will give more clarity on it. Okay. Tomorrow no class. Tomorrow and day of tomorrow no class. Directly on Monday. Monday, even though it is August 15, even though I will take the class, don't worry. Monday onwards, regularly classes are going on. Tomorrow and day of tomorrow is gap. So React and Angular is not required for these classes, guys. And if it is required, then I will give that at least basic information there. Unit testing I will provide, Prasad. Yeah, Spring Boot testing module is available. I'll discuss. Don't worry. At least minimal I will discuss with you. Yeah, it will take minimum 3 to 3.5 months of time it will take, guys. And the Spring Boot microservices, I need to take 3 months of time minimum. 3 to maybe 3.5 months of time I'll take no. Free demo class, sir. Monday is a free demo. Apart from that, no free demos are existed there. Don't worry. Okay. Spring basics in the sense it will take nearly more than 1 month of time. 1 month to 1.5 month of time it will take for only Spring framework. I need to cover all the modules there. Different batches at present I'm not might be planning no, but maybe after 3 to 4 months of time at morning 7 o'clock you'll get a frameworks batch. No, guys, and if you're attending my morning 7 o'clock core Java class, this is not the suitable batch for you. This is not the right batch for you. Just think about it. Once again, for the frameworks, for the full stack people, I will start once again that framework classes. But this is only a separate batch. For other batch people, I'm taking this class now. Don't worry. No time changes, guys, and this is the fixed timing. 11:30 to 1 is for Spring Boot microservices. 10 to 11:30 IST, Hibernate and Spring Framework. Hibernate and web services, sure. Yeah. Ismat, Unisa. Then I will check. I will check that mail. But you have given a lot of content there. Let me check once. Yeah, Muhammad Khaif, and you are eligible for this course, but you need to have strong knowledge in core Java, a little bit awareness on advanced Java. If you know that, then you can continue with these classes. Otherwise, you will get a problem. Okay. Again, that framework class are going on at morning time. Those are attending my morning core Java classes. No, again I will take framework classes for that batches, not immediately. After the advanced Java classes, I will take that. See, interview questions will be covered right from first class onwards. Depending on the topic, I will start interview questions there. OAuth 2. Prasad, OAuth 2 I'm planning actually. Part of it might be, if it is possible, then I'll go for SML, but OAuth 2 is confirmed. Prasanti, then if you know core Java and advanced Java, then it's okay. Then you can go for it. You can continue these classes. If you know core and advanced Java, you can continue with that. Without knowing core and advanced, it's not possible. Yeah, better to join with the core Java classes if you are not aware. Okay. Okay. Anything else, guys? No, Prasad, then after completion of this class, within 1 hour, video will come to you. Within 1 hour, that video will come to you guys. No, this is not real-time project. No, Savarkar. Now, this is only content I'm discussing there, but as part of the content, I used to prepare small mini projects. Small mini projects I used to prepare, no, but this is not for real-time project implementation course. This conceptual I have to discuss at each and every course, small mini projects I'm preparing. With that idea, we can prepare any type of project. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Anuj. Anything else, guys? Any questions? Any queries? Yeah. Guys, and shall we meet on Monday? Thank you. Thanks a lot. Guys, and fee structure and everything, you can reach out to our office there. They'll give much more clarity. For online people, just you can use this mail and this number, contact number. And she'll give more clarity. Bhavan is a respected person. Yeah, definitely. Kunal Savarkar. Then with this content, you can keep 3 to 4 years of experience in your resume. Damn sure. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Pramod. You can. Yeah, then 1 year of time, then Kiran Kumar, 1 year of time is an officially we are providing, but more than that you will get. Don't worry. Then all of a sudden we will not remove that videos there. We'll give that support max level, max extent. Okay. Yeah, Pramod, just we can type the query here. You can type the query. Then I will reply for it. Guys, and in the middle of the class also, you can type your queries there. Continuously I'm watching your messages. Then I can, what I'm telling there, I can reply for it. So Akil Revant, no, not like that. Not like any real-time project here I'm planning there. Just I'm planning for what there. On the base of the topics, I will provide like what I'm telling to you, just mini projects, small projects I'm going to provide. But definitely at the end of the time, we'll check it, but I'm not giving word for this real-time project, no. Then where some setup is required, but I'm not giving any word as of now. But if time is possible, I may check the possibility at the end, but I'm not giving word for it. But in the while doing the concepts, definitely at each and every topic, small projects, we are going to check. We are going to prepare. Akhil, I think previously you attended my classes there, right? Akhil Revant. Yeah, nice, sir. Once again, and after a long time. And this is, guys, and Spring Framework and Microservices course. Yeah, Pramod Sahul, Spring Boot and Microservices and Frameworks. No, Kodeshwarama. No. Right, I'm a student. I got job in TCS and Infosys. Oh, nice. Thank you, Pramod. Thank you. Akhil, nice, good to hear. And TCS, how much is the package? MTech. Actually, I got the job in MTech. Okay, nice. 3.6 lakh per annum. As a fresher, no? Okay. Good. Nice. Kodeshwarama. Tech Mahindra, you are getting job, right? Nice. Oh, nice, Pramod. Nice. Pramod Saha got TCS. Very good. Very good, guys. That's fine. Yeah. Anything else, guys? Almost all the people are working people only. That's very good thing for us. Complete framework, how many packages got? Guys, and that depends on your experience, how much we are putting there. And depends on company also, Smita. That depends on your experience and that depends on the company you are expecting. Yeah, Pramosa, just you can enjoy. No problem. You will enjoy it. Then the total frameworks you are going to understand. Don't worry. I'll give the total content. No need to worry for it. Even I'm giving video support also, then you'll get more benefit of it. It is normal. TCS given 13 lakhs. Nice, Pramod. Very good. అట్లా కాదు, మీకు నేను మార్నింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తా కదా క్లాసెస్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఫుల్ స్టాక్ లో ఉన్నారు కదా. మార్నింగ్ వచ్చేసి నేను మార్నింగ్ 7కి అడ్వాన్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. అడ్వాన్స్ స్టార్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అయిపోయినట్టుగానే స్ప్రింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాను. మళ్ళీ ఆ అడ్వాన్స్ అయిపోతే ఇక్కడ కోర్ జావ్ నడుస్తుంది 8:30 to 10, 7 to 8:30 అడ్వాన్స్ వస్తుంది. ముందు ఈ రెండు అయిపోతాయి. ఏదో పాయింట్లు రెండింటిలో ఏదో ఒకటి అయిపోతుంది కదా, దాని ప్లేస్ లో స్ప్రింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. మళ్ళీ ఇంకో దాని ప్లేస్ లో అయిపోయినట్టు. అంటే 7 to 8:30, 8:30 to 10 ఈ 2 టైమింగ్స్ అనేవి మన కంప్లీట్ జావాకే అప్ టు వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్ వరకు వెళ్తాయి. పక్క పడ్డది 2.5 to 3 months పక్క పడ్డది. ఓకే, అంటే మీకు ఏదైనా అర్జెన్సీ ఉందా? అర్జెంట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఉందా? సరే, ఒకవేళ వచ్చే పని అయితే రాండి, ఇబ్బంది లేదు. ఒకవేళ వచ్చేసేయండి. మీకు అంటే మీ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ మీరు అర్థం చేసుకోగలుగుతారంటే వచ్చేసేయండి. అట్లయితే వచ్చేసేయండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. పక్క 2 to 3 months పడుతుంది. ఇవి నేను ఫుల్ స్టాక్ లో 7 months అని చెప్పాను కదా. ఈ జావా